Hello, my name is Ash, a counselor in training. This is my Relatable study podcast for individuals who need help studying for their NCE, CPCE, and other related counseling exams. I'm going to go through many questions from multiple resources and make the answers relatable to both you and me. So get your listening ears on and let's get studying. Blank factors cause Down syndrome, which produces mental retardation. A. Environmental. B. Genetic. C. Chemical dependency. D. Unconscious person with Down syndrome has a rather flat face, a thick tongue, and slated eyes. The answer is B. Genetic factors cause Down syndrome, which produces mental retardation. The last answer provides a description of what Down syndrome looks like, which is a flat face, thick tongue, and slanted eyes. There are individuals with Down syndrome who have graduated from college. I have met at least one person with Down syndrome who went to college and graduated. But the correct answer here is genetic factors cause Down syndrome, which produces mental retardation. What is the concept of lesser eligibility? The concept of lesser eligibility asserts that the welfare payments should not be higher than the lowest paying job in society and derives from the Elizabethan Poor Law. The Elizabethan Poor Law suggests that economic and wage issues that underline the size of benefits and the ability of welfare, and some believe it's a way to control labor and maintains incentives for workers to accept low-paying jobs or undesirable jobs that otherwise will reject them. For example, it could be retail, fast food, or undesirable jobs that I am unaware of. If you know any undesirable jobs, leave them down in the comments and we could discuss more about the concept of lesser eligibility. A client begins crying during intake. Which of the below should be considered before comforting the client with a hug? A. It is inappropriate to touch a client beyond a handshake. B. Physical touch is basic human reaction and establish a therapeutic rapport. C. Your gender and sexual orientation. D. Whether the urge to comfort them is physical for the counselor's benefit or the client's. The answer is D. Whether the urge to comfort them physically is for the counselor's benefit or the client's. Should be considered before comforting the client with a hug. When I first started my third site at my internship, I witnessed the beginning of a hotline with a client who was being abused at home. I really wanted to comfort the client with a hug, but instead I gave them a hand hug, which is putting your hands together and using the pinky and thumb to do a hand hug. In one way, I was comforting the client by showing I cared, but in another light, it could be seen as the intern's way of dealing with the urge to comfort. It is a lesson I had to learn in a very difficult light, and when I had to leave my internship, many of the clients wanted to give me a goodbye hug. This was for the benefit of the clients because they were very attached to me at the time of my departure because many of them would not see me again. So those hugs were for the client's benefit and not my own. Piaget referred to the act of taking in new information as assimilation. This results in accommodation, which is a modification of a child's cognitive structures, schemas, to deal with new information. The Piagetian nomenclature, the balance between assimilation and accommodation, is called A. Counterbalancing, B. Equilibration, C. Balance theory, D. ABA design. The answer is B, equilibration, which means the cognitive balancing of new information with old knowledge. For example, a child may have a schema and structure for dogs because they have seen and interacted with dogs, and they have a dog schema. But when they see a cat for the first time, their thought and schema goes to, oh, it's a dog. But they will learn that the cat is not a dog, and they have to learn a new schema. Oh, this is a cat, not a dog. And this is equilibration. What is aggression? Aggression is the communication of an intended act of violence or a threat and will often occur before the act of violence. The aggression can be verbally or non-verbally, either by gesture, speaking increasingly loud, shouting, invasion of personal space, or prolonged eye contact. These are a few examples of aggression, and when clients are being aggressive, they will need to be redirected or removed from the situation. We have all experienced individuals with some level of aggression, and in many situations, because of the aggression, it has escalated to many crimes before they can be redirected. Though, when aggression is redirected, the situation can be resolved. That is all 5 questions. Thank you for listening. Keep calm and study on.